Yes, people, welcome back to Let's Talk Premier League, and we're here for another episode of the Argyle Talk. We've obviously got Cambridge tomorrow. I'm in a really good mood still, obviously. We did our match reaction yesterday night for the big game against Wycombe. No, it wasn't Wycombe. It was Gillingham. Sorry, both time wasted. But yes, we obviously won our game on Saturday 1-0. I did my match reaction to that yesterday. I was very happy with the result, very happy with the scoreline. Everything was absolutely freaking amazing. Couldn't have asked for a better game of football, apart from obviously our opponents who felt the need to embrace that inner Wycombe, and Steve Evans to really sort of channel his inner terrorist football. But we have got a lot to talk about because we have got Cambridge tomorrow. So the EFL show is going to be packed. We've got we've got reactions to games and previews to games. I mean, Jesus, how we're all going to fit it in, I do not know. But we will try and, keep the speed going. Obviously, we'll banter around for a bit, and then we'll just keep the flowing going. We'll keep the flow going. That's what we'll do. We'll be keeping the flow going. So make sure you check me out on the EFL show at 6:30 on the First XI, a really great channel. Some really exciting things actually being planned by us on the EFL show. So do keep your eyes out on there. Don't forget, we're also going to be looking at doing something on a different platform soon, which is going to be really good for the channel. So do keep your eyes out for that as well. The Argyle stuff will end up going over there as well as on YouTube. So we're not leaving YouTube. We're going to do a bit of both. It's going to be a bit more like a podcast. It's going to be a bit of a podcast because most of our stuff is a podcast. So, keep your eyes peeled for that. So check out our Twitter, Let's Talk EPL, for more information on that, because that is very much due very soon. Big up to Chris, says, how are you both? I'm in a really good mood. I'm guessing Liam is exactly the same.
Yes, I am.
Excellent. We love to see it. Now, obviously, we'll briefly touch on the game on Saturday, because there are some important things to note. Basically, we've got more injuries than you care to fucking imagine right now. I mean, Bolton's out injured, Cooper's out injured, Ennis is out injured, Danny Mayer's out injured. Half our team's out injured.
You said, I thought you meant Mike Cooper then. I was going to say, Jesus.
No, not Mike Cooper. George Cooper, you melon. Mike Cooper's absolutely wonderful. He's a sexy goalkeeper, absolutely beautiful at what he does. The way he just majestically keeps that ball out of the back of his net. 2 clean sheets in a row. Can't argue with him. No, he's just too good, you see. Also, I want to say that I've been backing Luke Jetcott throughout every time that, he's gone through a bit of a bad spell. 2 goals, 2 games, I'm starting to reap the fruits of his labour. Because, I back my players. Apart from our defenders last year, but we all know that. We all know that I don't back them at all. Interestingly, Wigan have picked up... they've picked up Kell. They've picked up Keelan once. They've got Aimson and Watts. They might as well just get a Pocker and take the full tribe. They might as well just take if they want to take 3 defenders that conceded combined about an 80 to 90 goals last season, be my guest. You're going straight back down unless you're scoring. So, that's a fairly interesting move from Wigan. Chris saying, I'm saying Plymouth 1, Cambridge 0. I know it's early for a prediction. It is a bit early, but look, you're going for an Argyle win. I'll take that. Let's hope the Cambridge don't channel there in the Wickham as well. But no, we have got a lot of injuries. Do you see this as a major problem for Ryan? I mean, he said he now wants 2 strikers because don't forget, we're also losing Luke Jepcott sort of beginning of September so he can go on international freaking duty. You know, for a couple of under 23 games or under 21s, which I'm sure he could just say, nah, I can't do that this time. Maybe call me up next time. It's not senior caps, is it? So I know it's representing your country and all that, but, you know, that will leave us with strikers of Hardy and Shirley, one of which is an 18-year-old kid. And the other one's Ryan Hardy.
Yeah, can he not do that? Can he just say, oh...
Well, yeah, unless Ryan's going to do some sort of freaking madness and play, like, I don't know, Mayo or, you know, Broom up front with Hardy, which would be something that I'm not sure I want to see, but it could work.
What date's his international duty? Do you know?
I don't know. He'll miss the Pompey game, I know that much, which is absolutely freaking great because, you know, the one game that you'd rather have both your fit strikers is Pompey away on Sky. Excellent.
1st of September, 5th of September, 8th of September, and
yeah, it'll be.
So
Yeah, he misses a fair chunk. Misses a fair chunk. It's annoying. I'm not gonna lie to you. It's freaking annoying. Maybe just don't do it, Luke. I beg.
He misses Pompey and Sheffield Wednesday. Well done, Luke. Well done.
Well, it's not Luke's fault, is it? But no, I think that's just highlighting what we actually need because we need to get more strikers. Because what really concerned me is he said Ennis was 6 to 12 weeks out. I thought he just came off as a freaking precaution against. I thought he didn't start or play against Rotherham as a precaution. I didn't think he'd be out for near on 12 weeks. That's 3 months. What the hell's he done to his hamstring that's going to take 3 months to heal? I mean, I'm not a doctor. Apparently, he has swelling according to Ryan. You don't want to put a time frame on it. It's like, what the hell is going on? He can't, unless he tore it in the warm up, which would be why would Ryan be saying it was as a precaution if he had torn it in the warm up or pulled it in the warm up? Apparently, it felt tight, but he could be out for near on 12 weeks, 3 months without Niall Liam. Give me strength. I'm gonna need it. Big up. Kenny saying I'm saying I'll go 4-0. This isn't Premier League. I'll be boycotting the channel until further notice. You do that, Ross. You do that. I boycott the football terrace or terrace, whichever one it is. I can't remember. But yeah, you know, hardly ideal. But God knows who he's going to bring in. I mean, you'd assume all the good strikers have been snapped up by now.
Yeah. Unless
we're paying for one, which would be, well, it wouldn't be unheard of. I mean, we paid for Ennis, but maybe Simon Allis felt generous and decided to give Ryan Lowe lots of money. Maybe we're just gonna start picking up strikers like, you know, left, right, and centre because we fucking need them. We do. I mean, we're good for midfielders, aren't we? We've got Broom and we've got Broom, Mayer, Panucci, Randall, Houghton. With Cooper's back sort of starting next month. So that means Connor Grant can go back into midfield with Cooper on the left, Ryan Law understudy there. So you've got 6 midfielders. That's 2 for each position in midfield do we play. So that's fine. Defenders, Wilson, Gillespie, Galloway, Scar. Am I missing anyone? Oh, I mean, I know we've got Bolton, and we got Tomlinson as well. It might be worth getting another centre back in if possible, but it's not. A centre back for me isn't the major concern. Would you be concerned at right wing back? Because we've only got Edwards there at the moment. If he gets injured, we're fucked. I don't even want to imagine what he's doing if that happens. I mean, we'll probably end up putting Ryan Law left back and Conor Grant right back. I'll quit. We seriously need to, you know, we've done so well. We got our business done early, but my God, we need to get some players in quickly, and we haven't got long. We got deadline day coming up in. I don't know. I don't even know if I'll. Oh my God. We've got deadline day in 2 weeks. I quit. Oh my God. Oh, this is going to be painful. We better get players in before. Could you imagine if we don't? No tackling in training is all I'll say. No tackling, days off for everyone. Wrap them in cotton wool. A big up to DC. Just kidding. Love you, really. Thank you, Russell. Thank you. Easy 4-0 win for Argyle. Let's not start chucking that around. I mean, I'm not that optimistic. 2-0 I'd take. I predict Plymouth to win 8-0. Nice. I couldn't name a single one of your players, and I haven't never watched a game, but nonetheless, yeah, I hear that. I mean, we've played Chelsea's sort of kids in the whatever cup that is, the Papa John's Trophy. Got Arsenal this year. Should be an easy win. I mean, if they're youngsters or anything like their seniors, I take a nice win there. But we're not here to talk about Papa John's Trophy as much as a prestigious trophy that is. Do you get free pizza for winning it, though? I suppose that's the question. I mean, I don't know if Ryan's ever asked. I mean, he's never taken it seriously. I mean, Ryan Lowe don't even show up for the games. He's like, Steven Schumacher can take these. Cheers, mate. Like, Steve, I'm not even joking. Steven Schumacher manages our Papa John Trophy games. You know, that sort of shows how sort of interested our management are with it. So yeah, Plymouth will batter Arsenal easy. I hope so. Arsenal's youngsters are better than their seniors. Yeah, they almost got relegated. They almost got relegated. 1 minute. They almost got relegated from their league as well, if I remember correctly. And the Convertible says we have 3 strikers and Ladapo is ill now, for fuck's sake. Look, I would show you sympathy, but when we have 3 strikers and one's out for potentially 12 weeks, my sympathy is very, very low. Like I don't share much sympathy because Ladapo will be back in a week. Like if he's ill, he'll be back in a week. And this is out for fucking 12 weeks. I hope it's not 12 weeks. I hope it comes back sooner. But yeah, my lacking of giving a shit when we've got 3 strikers and one's sidelined for quite a while. Yeah. Oh, and to add to that, we lose Luke Jepcott on international duty, so we're down to 1 striker for 3 games or 2 games. Well, actually, we're not. We could play with Shirley, but that's not something I really want to try out on front of Sky cameras and against Sheffield Wednesday.
I mean, we're not beating Sheffield Wednesday against with bloody wee Shirley at top, are we? No chance.
Well, you never know. He could do a madness, but mad. Well, if it makes you feel any better, Chelsea have bought 1 striker and sold 4. Yeah, I mean, that's helpful. I mean, to be fair, Tammy Abraham, do you still class him as a footballer? Because I'm not sure I class him as a footballer. Apparently, we're after Mark Harris from Cardiff. Is he any good? If he is, we'll nick him. And apparently, Ryan is in talks with a striker. Now, how far these talks are, I hope they're freaking advanced, that's for sure. But yeah, apparently, we're in talks with a striker to come to Home Park. But he does want 2, maybe even a right back. But he did say there's money, so you know. Yeah. Ross says anyone who can score 15 Premier League goals in a season is a footballer in my eyes. Yeah. No. Big up RJ. Also, that would include Martial, and I don't class him as a footballer either. But back onto League One. Our opponents, Cambridge United. Let's start with their manager. They've got a manager called Mark Bonner. Now, he has only ever managed 1 team, so he's a bit of a newbie. Our managers managed 2, Bowie and us. He's also got 2 promotions and not been relegated yet, so you love to see it. But Mark Bonner has been there since, well, he joined as a I think, player. Oh, no. in the academy. Right, in January 2018, Bonner was named first team coach, working under Sean Derry and assistant Joe Dunn. He was moved to assistant manager in February 2018. Bonner returning to his, so he went back to assistant head coach, and then he took charge, permanent head coach, on a 2-year contract until the end of this season, and that was March last year. So he's been there for not long. So we're looking at about 13, 14 months now. He's been at Cambridge. Obviously, he got promoted. So yeah, he got promoted. But what do you make of Mark Bonner? Obviously, he's a fairly new guy. So yeah, I mean,
it's their manager, right?
Yeah, not our man. Well, unless you're thinking he's our manager, which
Don't win him, mate.
would be a bit strange. Also, I updated what's his name? So it was Kevin Ellison. I said that he murdered Derek Adams brutally when he shouted in his face, and that's been removed by Wikipedia. It's very upsetting, to be brutally honest.
Wow.
I know.
Yeah.
But yeah, what do you make of Mark Bonner though?
Yeah, good manager. I mean, got Cambridge promoted, but do I see him keeping them up? No, I generally don't. They have to win their home games to survive in this league, to be honest with you. If they don't...
You love winning. You're all about winning home games, aren't you?
Yeah. I mean, win your home games, draw, get some points in your away games, but I mean...
That's relegation form, mate. If you're on about them, yeah, I want wins home and away, mate. We're winning the league.
No, in all fairness,
and you think I'm joking?
Manager. I mean, can he keep him up? As I said, probably not. I don't see it. For the Brett, they'll probably come second from bottom, in my opinion.
Do you want to know what his win rate is? So in 57 games, he's got a 50% win rate. It's not bad. That's not bad. I mean, obviously, most of that being in League Two so far, but that's decent. Obviously, interim caretaker manager, he had a 57% win rate. So it has dipped slightly, but he's got 28 wins, 11 draws, 18 losses. That's actually not quite bad. That's not too bad. Yeah, I think, yeah, that's if he can win the next two and lose one, he would have slap bang 50% win rate. Not bad. I don't know what Ryan's is. Do I even want to look? That is the question. Do I even want to look at what Ryan Lowe's is? Ryan Lowe. There we go. Let's have a little look at. Oh God. We wore Hull Gillingham. Did we? Did we really? I thought we just got lucky by the end, but that was a good goal. Right. Win rate. There we go. Ryan. So, since he's been with us since 2019, he has got a 42.72 win rate.
Not bad.
That's pretty freaking decent, especially of our defense last year. It's actually similar to his win rate with Bowie as well, which was a lot less games. That's very good, actually. I think Ryan can be very proud of himself there. Yeah, no, genuinely, I think that's really good. They haven't put our win in his honours, which is unacceptable, really. So I'm going to edit that now live on stream. Promotion from Argyle. Start editing. Cool. Right. Actually, no, we do. There we go. Right. Keep talking whilst I update their mistake.
I mean,
Well, what did you think of Saturday's game there? obviously a game against Gillingham.
Yeah, great win to be honest. Jep Cott, very good goal. Yeah, mainly for the fans, really, wasn't it? Because of what happened on Thursday. So, yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I agree with you there. I do agree with you. It was a well taken goal, though, wasn't it?
100%.
So that was decent. Sorry, I'm just updating this now. So I'm currently working very hard at making sure that they have the correct information. Because you know me, I'm all about correct information. Promotion. When was it? It was. Oh no, wrong one. Warren has a 33% rate win for us, for fuck's sake. Yeah, but he was in the championship, wasn't he? He was in the championship, so you can sort of understand why he got that. English football 2019, 2020. Boom. Well, I think I've updated it. Publish changes. We have to make sure that our manager has the correct information on the Wikipedia. Onto the Wikipedia. Well, that's not gone up correctly. That's really annoying. Okay. Right. Let's try removing that. Let's try that. Sorry, but as I say, I'm just working on getting my manager's last sorted. Yeah, we'll take that. Plymouth Argyle Football League 2 promotion. We'll take that. We'll take that. The convertible says true. Yes, obviously you did sort of get your pants down, pulled down quite a bit by them teams. So yeah, glad that I sorted out. Glad I sorted out that, because you know. We absolutely needed it. Wikipedia obviously being very, very truthful. Right, cool. So just I haven't put these. He's better than Jurgen Klopp. I'm just waiting for that, really. But yeah, sort of Mark Bonnet. It should be an interesting one with Mark. A bit of an unknown, but I've got some information on him. Well, more on how he's going to set up. But I want to look at some of their results. Obviously, they've had 2 League One games now. They played Oxford at home and drew 1-1. Then they went to Accrington Stanley away, which we all know with John Coleman is fucking difficult. That's a very difficult game. And they won, and they lost 2-1. So if we look at their 2 League One games, obviously you could talk about their 0-0 draw against Swindon, which they won in penalties and in the Carabao Cup, but that for me doesn't really matter too much on the grand scheme of things. So what do you make of it? What do you make of their sort of scores?
I mean, generally they should be beating Accrington, but
You think so? What, even with John Coleman?
Not sure, but I mean they're League One.
John Coleman's been there for like 8 years. Man's dinosaur at Accrington. It's a great manager though.
Yeah, true. I mean, who was the other one? Oxford, wasn't it? Did they win that one, or they lost it?
Oxford, yeah, 1-1 draw at home.
Yeah, not bad at home, but I mean, yeah, it's a good draw against Oxford. Oxford going to be pushing for playoffs as well, I reckon.
Yeah, no, I'd agree with that. What do you make, obviously, of their draw? Obviously, it's not, you know, it's not, you know, huge, but what do you make of it?
Their draw? What do you mean?
Their draw against Swindon.
Oh, so
in the FL Cup.
Draw against Swindon. Yeah.
Indeed.
Not too bad, is it? I mean.
Yeah, Swindon have started League Two quite sharply, which I thought was quite interesting. No, just want to remove that. But yeah, no, it should be an interesting one. Obviously, we all know how we're going to play anyway. So, actually, we don't play it like that. Give me the proper 3-5-2, you assholes. Do you know? We'll just. I'll go with that. I'm not happy there. I'm not happy if you create formation. Stupid useless wankers. No, they don't really have our formation. That's really disappointing. I'm very disappointed with their behaviour. They ought to be ashamed of themselves. But sorry, obviously prepping for just when we do our little bit there. But yeah, obviously looking at their formation that they're going to line up, it looks like it's going to be a 4-2-3-1. It looks like they're going to really try and attack teams. They have got a former Argyle player in Lloyd Jones at Cambridge. So, you know, back to home park for him. He's been back a fair few times now. With I think he came down with Luton. I think he's been on loan down with us as well. So he's been back a couple of times. Obviously, he's a centre-back we know quite well. He's a decent centre-back, mind you, as well. So what do you make of Lloyd Jones? Do you think he might be able to stop Luke Jepcott and Ryan Hardy from having a little bit of fun?
Yeah, good centre-back, but no, I don't. I see Luke Jepcott and Hardy doing very well.
Yeah. What do you make of the 3-5-2? Not 3-5-2, that's ours. The 4-2-3-1 that Cambridge are looking like they're going to deploy against us.
Not too bad of a formation, is it? I mean, depends how they use their counter attacks. Depends really. Not too sure.
Depends if they let us have the ball. It'll be interesting that they're going to use with one striker with 3 centre backs. I mean, he's going to need an awful lot of support from I think Tracy and Brophy sort of on either wings. And then obviously you got Houlihan sort of in that cam role. So he's going to need a lot of support because when you place Ironsdale versus just Wilson, Gillespie and Galloway or Scar, like whichever combo they want to go for, I think he's going to get isolated. So they're going to really need to support him. But what you do by doing that, if you get too many to try and support your striker, you then leave yourselves outnumbered by our midfield because we keep with the 3 in the midfield. So it's going to be a really interesting tactical battle on how Cambridge do this because you're going to, if you play with one striker, you're leaving him very isolated against 3 centre-backs. These are not just 3 kids. These are 3 grown men. Right? We went out and got grown men. So he's going to obviously need support from Houlihan and Brophy and Tracy. He's going to need them. But that then leaves O'Neill and Digby isolated by Houghton, Randall, Camara, Panucci, obviously, Broom, you know, Mayer if he's back fit. So the sort of that's going to be the interesting battle. I think that's where you win or lose your game, isn't it? In midfield.
Yeah, 100%.
Because I mean, we saw with Rotherham, they sort of, for me, Rotherham bypassed our midfield, so that instantly means you've lost a midfield battle if you're not going through your midfield. If you want to be going through your midfield, you lose your midfield battle then. So I think what's been really interesting is the 2 games that we've won the midfield battle quite easily. It's the other team sort of just rolled over and sort of let us play. If Cambridge do that, I think we could be on to another win. And obviously, it's under lights. As you'll see, we have got a dark dark night behind us. It's going to be a sort of night game, Liam. The sort of atmosphere at a night game is a great atmosphere. I've been to a few. I've had a Devon Derby at night. I've had Torquay at night. I've enjoyed it a lot of the time. But the atmosphere should be good. Owen says, poor showing from us against Stanley, but not that confident for tomorrow. Owen, I think Owen might be a Cambridge fan.
Yes.
Yeah, I think you are going to struggle because if you leave Ironsdale sort of isolated with any 3 of our centre backs, we should do the business there quite easily. Now, If, let's say, Broffy and Tracy go up and support, that's cool. We'll go man on man. What that then means is that Iresdale and Williams, if they're your two sort of fullbacks, may get dragged out of position by our wingbacks, so by Grant and Edwards. That also will leave you very isolated in midfield because you'll be on a 3 versus 2 battle with our 3 midfielders against your 2 of O'Neill and Digby, most likely. So right now, if you play over 4-2-3-1, I can just see Cambridge being isolated a lot during the game. And I think if they allow themselves to be isolated by our players, I think that's when we start picking up free spots. So there might be a position that Edwards is down on the right hand side, or Grant on the left, or maybe Brum is free in the middle, and then we can start an attack. So if we're smart about this, we may want to bring them out a bit. We don't necessarily want Cambridge sitting deep and sort of saying, what have you got? Ideally, what we want is for them to gain a little bit of confidence in the game, allow Tracy and Broffy to sort of support Ironsdale, and then start playing your sort of passing game, and then you start isolating them, and then you start finding those spots, and then you hit them, right? That's what I think we should do. I don't think we should go, and I think we did that really well against Gillingham. Apart from Gillingham are not a team that's going to come out and attack you, not under their current sort of leadership. So I think it's going to be really interesting. But what do you make of it, Liam? The sort of tactical battle, the how do you want to see the game go? So for me, I want to see us maybe not start slow, but maybe do sit back a little bit. Do allow them to not necessarily get good shots. We block a lot of the shots, but just to make sure that they're like, okay, well, we can allow Tracy and Broffy to sort of go and support Ironsdale, go man for man up at the back, and then start hitting them, get that ball into Houghton, and all of that. So how do you see that going?
Yeah, I do see it going quite well, to be honest with you. No, I don't want to fire. No. Yeah, I do see it going quite well. I do see Cambridge struggling in our midfield. I think if we get it through to our strikers, it's game over for them. I do see us being very clinical tomorrow.
Yeah, no, I'd agree with that. So before obviously we do score predictions, I'm just doing. We're gonna pick what team we've got out for tomorrow. So we'll see how this goes. So let me just add in my screen. So we're gonna pick our starting 11 for tomorrow's game. Now I've already put Jeffcott and Hardy up front because, well, we just know. We just know that's gonna be the case. Do you expect to see Michael Cooper in goal again?
Yeah, 100%.
Michael Cooper, definitely. Love to see it. So Coop's in goal. Right wing back. I mean, it's just going to be Joe Edwards, isn't it?
Yep.
I mean, why do I feel like most of this is fairly self-explanatory? But Joe Edwards at right wing back. 3 centre backs. I mean, we've gone for Dan Scarr in the middle for all of them. So do you expect to see Dan back in for this one?
Yes, I do.
We haven't really got many to play, have we? On the right side, we've played Wilson for all 3 of our games. Think he's got in him for another game?
Yeah, I do.
Excellent. That's what we love to see. So James Wilson. So most of this is quite self-explanatory, believe it or not. So this one has changed. So we played against Rotherham. We played Gillespie. Saturday we played Galloway. Which one do you think is going to get the nod for tomorrow?
Who'd you say? Sorry, Galloway and who?
So we played Gillespie against Rotherham, Galloway against Cambridge. Not Cambridge, Gillingham.
Gillespie, I'd probably say.
I'm thinking he might go Brandon Galloway, you know. But actually, no. Brandon hasn't had a lot of pre-season, has he?
No.
Oh my God! How do you spell Mark? How do you spell Gillespie? Macaulay. But I'm gonna need to Google Macaulay Gillespie's name. You had to pick the name that I couldn't spell, right? Macaulay. Found it. Macaulay. Macaulay. There we go. Macaulay Gillespie. He's not a Brisbane Moor, you cheeky bastards. He's at Plymouth Argyle. On the left side, I mean, you've obviously got Ryan Law that you could play. I think you'll probably go with Connor Grant again.
Yeah, he should do.
Yeah. So we'll go Connor Grant, left wing back. I know he said central midfield, but he's certainly not been playing there recently. So we've gone for a back line of obviously Edwards and Grant as sort of right wing backs, Gillespie, Scar, Wilson, and Cooper as sort of the sort of defenders and goalkeeper. Obviously, we know it's going to be Hardy Jeffers up top. In the middle, sort of in that DM role for us, I think he'll probably go Houghton again, won't he?
Should do, yeah, 100%.
Is it bad that our team is this predictable?
Nah, it's pretty easy.
Oh, I think it could be slightly concerning a little bit. But look, Houghton's a good player. On the right side of the midfield, we've played Panucci a lot there. And I've really enjoyed watching him. He's got a lot of energy for him. And he's Portuguese. Or Ghanaian. Or Burkina Faso. I know he speaks Portuguese because the referee had a bit of an issue with him, and I don't think the referee quite understood what he was. Well, the referee was trying to talk to Panucci, and Panucci was probably stood there like, "What are you saying?" And then he called Joe Edwards over, and I'm like, "Does Joe Edwards speak Portuguese? That'll be very interesting if he does." Sort of interpreter. But no, I mean, do you think he'll play Panucci again?
Yeah, he should do. If he doesn't, I'll be shocked.
You love a bit of Panucci, Cameron.
Yes, I do.
Panucci Camara. Fucking hell, he's bold in that picture. He's grown hair now. Great young player, though. Great player. We've got a lot of good players, and a lot of them are either in their prime or young. Now, the last position to pick, they got Ryan Broom that played against Gillingham, and obviously Danny Mayer played against Rotherham, but Danny also got a little bit of a knock against Cambridge. No, Peterborough. So let me Plymouth Live. So Chris Errington, obviously our reporter for Argyle, did speak about Danny Mayer, who obviously wasn't even on the bench against them. Right, so Ryan Lowe says he's not prepared to take any risks over influential Plymouth Argyle player Danny Mayer. He picked up a thigh problem. His thigh problem appears to be a short-term issue, although Lowe did not put a timescale on it. He wanted to train. Yesterday, Friday, but there's no point risking it. That's why I took him off the pitch at Peterborough. He's saying it's just tightness. He's obviously missed today, and we'll see him again tomorrow, Monday. If it means him being out a week or two to make sure he's right, then we will do that. Ultimately, it's a day-by-day process at where we are. Argyle's next match, obviously, Cambridge tomorrow in Park. Right, so he said about Ryan Broom, it was fantastic, excellent in everything he did. I said that when we signed him, he was exciting. He has excited the fans. I think they have got a new song for him already. I know what Broomy gives us. He's been champing at the bit, waiting for his chance. Unfortunately, he couldn't play Tuesday night, which would have been ideal for him. But that was against his parent club, so we have to respect that. I told you he would be a good player for us. So some comments from Ryan on sort of the issue in midfield. It does look like Danny Mayer is probably going to miss tomorrow as well. If he hasn't been training, I don't really see the point of risking it. Do you?
No, I don't. But who are we going to play instead of him?
So, well, it's going to be Ryan Broom, isn't it? It's sort of a like-for-like player. Sort of a like-for-like player. So we're going to have Ryan Broom in central midfield with Panucci and Houghton. So a really interesting sort of lineup there. Very similar lineup to what we've known all season. So Coops in goal. We're back three of Wilson, Scar, Gillespie is what we're predicting. Wing backs obviously quite self-explanatory. Edwards being the only right wing back at the club, and Connor Grant being really the only senior left wing back, even though he is more of a central midfielder. And Ryan Law maybe not quite ready to start jumping in just yet. Get a bit of confidence in that back line for sure, and a bit of consistency is also key for me. A midfield three of Kamara, Houghton, and Ryan Broom. Mr. Broom Broom himself, and apparently has a new song for him. Unlike Doncaster manager who had to ask his fans to create chants, we create chants without even being asked, because that's what fans do. Just wanted to dig that one in there. I will be bringing that up on the EFL show. Do not worry. Luke Jeffcott and Ryan Hardy up top. Arguably the most self-explanatory part of that team sheet being the only two fit senior strikers at the club at the moment.
Yeah, very good.
But looking at that team, I like it. I think we've got a really strong back three there. Dan Scar's really impressed me, right? I want to talk about Dan for a bit. Dan Scar's massively impressed me, because when we first signed him, I looked at his stats, so I was like, oh, for fuck's sake, we've just gone and got Will Aimson. I think I said that. I said, for fuck's sake, we've just picked up Will Aimson. Or Keelan Watts, whichever one. I think it was Aimson, I said. But he's come in. He's done a really good job. I really liked him in the middle of that three. Really liked him. He's a little bit more no-nonsense. Wilson actually can play with the ball, which I thought was really interesting. Because I thought Wilson... So this sort of shows how much I know about these centre-backs when they first joined us. I thought Wilson would be the one in the middle of the three, and he would be the no-nonsense, just boot it high. But all of these can play, and that really interested me, because Dan actually can play. He can play. You saw him swinging balls out to Edwards at right wing back on Saturday, and he did the same to obviously Connor and Brandon on the left side. So I've been really impressed with Dan recently. I think the way he plays out from the back, he does also offer us a threat going forward on our set pieces, which is something that I think we have been lacking of recent years. We haven't really had that defender that can attack. I mean, the last one we had was, you'd say, Noel Canavan. He got a couple of last-minute winners for us, sort of, from his head. So I've been really impressed with Dan. What have you made of Dan Scar? Because as I said, I poorly judged him. I appallingly judged him. I said that he was another Will Aimson. I was pissed off. But I'll take it all back. He's had a great start to the season for me. I'm hoping to see more of him.
Yeah, 100%. He's very, very good. Very happy with the signing by Lowe.
And
a strong
free from League Two. Yeah, he's definitely a strong one. You certainly wouldn't want to meet him in the dark alley if he's pissed off.
No, you won't.
He's got that face as well. I'm not about to judge him because of his looks, but he's got that face of a nasty sort of son of a bitch style defender. It's a bit like, if you want to fight, I'm happy to get in one with you, but I'm going to come out the winner of it. So it's sort of like, it puts that sort of fear into a striker already, going, oh my God, that's going to headbutt me. But I know obviously he wouldn't lose his temper like that, but he does have a face of like, you know what, you want to get down to it. Okay, mate, that's cool. You're about to receive a fair few deep tackles. I mean, you saw it against Gillingham when we had just scored, didn't they? And they went on the counter, and he absolutely just takes out their player with no care in the world. He picks up a yellow card. He's like, yeah, that's cool, mate. Not a problem. Sort of goes in on his thigh. It was like, bloody hell, Dan. Nice tackle. I like that. But he's got a bit of a mean streak, hasn't he? Which is something we've been lacking. We've lacked a bit of someone with a bit of a nasty streak at the back. There's someone who's going to take the game to him and go, you know what? Don't piss me off anymore.
Yeah, definitely. I agree.
Also, as I said, I want to also touch on Wilson. What have you made of Wilson?
Wilson, I'm not quite. I mean, he's done well. He's done well for us. Yeah, I mean, he's done well for us. Hopefully, he can do well throughout the rest of the season for us. Looking forward to seeing him play more.
Yeah, I'd agree with that. The rest of them, as I said, I've been really impressed with Houghton. We know Houghton already, obviously, been at the club before. Our strikers are strikers. I'll back them all the way. Grant, I've been really happy with, but we know what Grant and Joe Edwards are going to do. Gillespie and Brandon Galloway, I need to see a little bit more of each of them, really. And I do. I've been happy with what I've seen. I need to see more. I think at the back of Gillespie and Galloway, I think at the back, Scar and Wilson have really, really been the sort of, I don't want to disrespect Gillespie and Galloway, but Dan and Wilson have really been the star men at the back in front of Cooper. And I think that's really helped Cooper as well. I think Cooper's having a much better season, mainly because he hasn't got three bloody clowns in front of him.
So yeah, I was just reading the message. Yeah, I agree with that. Yeah, 100%.
Cool. On to score predictions before we wrap up. What's your score prediction, Liam?
3-0, mate.
3-0. Interesting. I'm not as confident. I'm going to go for a 2-0 win. I think we are lacking in that striker area. I think our strikers might start getting tired soon. Obviously, quick turnaround. We've got 3 games in the space of 7 days. It feels like COVID again. It feels like a COVID season, but luckily we don't have too many of these. But a lot of games, it's a very fast-paced EFL season, obviously. Premier League managers are moaning about their fucking schedules, so I'll start moaning about our freaking schedules. So yeah, really interesting that. We'll sort of see how it goes, really. But no, it should be a good game. A 2-0 win or a 3-0 win, I'll take either as long as we keep a clean sheet at the back as well. So the more clean sheets we keep at the back, the better the confidence it is for the boys, as it always would be. So yeah, really excited about that. We'll see how that goes. But before we do go, please do hit that like button, hit that subscribe button as well if you are new to the channel. Check out our socials: Twitter @LetsTalkEPL, Instagram @LetsTalkEPL_, and on TikTok Let's Talk Premier League. Plenty more Argyle content coming your way soon. Obviously, Wednesday we'll have our reaction to the Cambridge game. That'll be at night. Then on Friday we've actually got preview against whoever we're playing Saturday. Shrewsbury. So obviously two games in quick succession. So we will have match reviews Wednesday, match preview on Friday. Tonight at 9 p.m. we've got our first weekly review show back. The weekly review show is back, and I'm assembling one heck of a good panel for it. I'm very excited about it. It should be a decent one, that is for sure. So do make sure you check us out on that as well. But yes, it's been great having this little chat. I'm not sure what's going on tomorrow. I'll work that out tomorrow. Don't forget, on deadline day, we will have live coverage for 8 hours. We'll have 8 hours, so 2 4-hour streams where we'll be bringing you coverage of any transfers happening, whether that be in the Premier League, the Championship, SkyBet League 1 or SkyBet League 2. We'll be bringing you all of the latest transfers on that day. So do make sure you check us out for that. If you are bored of Sky Sports and you want a bit of entertainment, link will also be in the chat. So if there's some news we're not covering that you know that's happening at your club, hit that link. Come on the channel, and we'll have a little chat about it. And you can give us your thoughts on that. So make sure you tune in for that day. I do feel like Argyle might be having a little gander on deadline day as well. So that'll be quite interesting on our side. But yes, before we do go, Liam, where can they find you, mate?
Just before I say that, when's the next Argyle show, by the way? Do you know?
I haven't thought that through, mate.
Oh, right, okay. No worries.
Because it's just game after game at the moment, I don't even know when our next break is. If I'm being completely honest with you. There's no point doing an Argyle show if we've already got a 50-minute preview, a 50-minute match reaction. It's just no point at the moment. We've just got too many games to be... Because on Wednesday, we're doing our reaction, aren't we? So it's just too many games, in my opinion.
Yeah, the next one... Well, the next Argyle show I can find is... we've got Fleetwood on the 28th. We've got Shrewsbury...
We'll work it out. But yeah, where can they find you, mate?
1st of September is the next one.
Yeah, so where can they find you,
Liam? Twitter at Liam Pearty Martin 1, Instagram Liam Pearty Martin, and on YouTube Liam Martin.
Perfect. Yes, Max, we are doing the weekly review show at 9 p.m. tonight. Should be a great one. Very excited. Don't forget the EFL show at 6 p.m. on the first exercise. So make sure you tune in for that as well. But we are going to wrap it up there. A big thanks to everyone who has been watching. We'll be back tonight at 9. But if you're not able to tune in to that, we may have something tomorrow. The Late Show is tomorrow as well. So it should be great. And then obviously Wednesday we've got reviews, and we might have a watch along on Thursday. I'm not sure who's playing Thursday. Actually, that's a lie. We might have a Liverpool show Thursday, actually, mind you. So we'll see how that goes. I'm not sure. Well, I know Championship have got their games, haven't they? So we'll sort of see how they go, won't we? But I've just realised we'll have a Liverpool show then. Wednesday, we might do it Wednesday. We might do one Wednesday. West Brom, Sheffield United could be an interesting one. Actually, there's nothing on Thursday. There is Europa Conference League qualifying, which looks absolutely fucking hilarious. Spurs are in it. Oh, that is brilliant. That's even better. Friday, obviously. Might have something Friday, actually. I might be able to fit one in. We might do Bristol City versus Swansea City, you know. We may do that. Oh, my God. The game for this weekend is bloody... Saturday is Brighton-Watford. Jesus Christ. And then Sunday, we've got United, Southampton, Arsenal-Chelsea. They're the games we're covering there. I'm not sure if there's Monday. There is Monday, but we won't be doing that as well. We won't be doing that because we have a weekly review show.
I'll be on the Sunday games anyway, won't I?
You should be. I think so. Fighting Max. Okay, lads. Whole play Wednesday versus Derby. So very excited. Should be a good game. I don't know.
If you don't beat Derby, then you're in big trouble. Seriously.
Is that live though? Is that live? They wouldn't have picked that game, surely. Don't want to be rude or nothing, but they wouldn't have picked that game, surely. No, they haven't. That's West Brom, Sheffield United. Champions League qualifiers, though.
Who have they got for Tuesday?
He's just put in the chat. Derby.
One about
Right. Sky Sports, West Brom, Sheffield United. But we are going to wrap it up there, guys. A big thanks to everyone watching. We'll be back at 9 p.m. But until then, guys, take care and peace out.